Welcome back to Amnesia Illuminated. Last time we made our way through the morgue, finished the cistern, and now we're going to the sewers, one of the more treacherous locations in the game. I wonder, can we go back? It's stuck. I like that the game makes it pretty clear that you can't go back. It's actually quite nice because it means that you are certain, at least as the player, that you have not missed anything, because the game won't let you go back, and the game is stuttering all over the place for some reason. Let's just close this, just in case. I like that you can actually do this, you can just shut this thing. If only I could, like, find a twig to put in there. That's right, get in there with the hammer and chisel. I am going to be used this way. Well, that's a shame. We're forced to descend into quite a greenish looking area. Here are the mushrooms that we learnt were going to be down here, and we can see that yep, let's hide slightly. There are creatures down here. These are the creatures, the same creatures in fact that we found or encountered in the morgue back up in the cistern. They will one-shot me if they hit me, or one-shot the player in general. He went left, right, so I'm going to go left. Is he still there? I think he despawns pretty soon, that one. There'll be two others we encounter. Now, one of them, of course, is a special case down here. So, it's something. Okay, let's just take stock of what's going on over here. So the game puts us in this nice big room with various pipes going on all over the place, possibly connected to the lift mechanism, maybe. But now we are blocked off by a spinning wheel of death.
What's happening? What are you doing? Let me go! Please, don't take me! Nobody ever returns!
I do suspect that is Daniel having a memory of carrying someone or dragging someone through the sewer. Our path is blocked by a spinning blade of sorts. It's not really a blade, is it? It's a device that appears to be intended to keep water flow going. I mean, the water's not really moving, so it's not, you know, being moved by the water. It is in fact moving the water. There's not much loot down here, weirdly. But you can hear the shadow if you go into some of these dead-end areas, which is quite nice here. Does it do it again? Will it leave the area? Will it shadow? Shadow? Nah. Oh look, nice broken grate. I wonder what broke this grate. What would have strength enough to break this grate? Whatever broke it came this way. Caved in. An exit, perhaps? No. It is too high up. Cannot be reached. Is the shadow going to attack me? There's a lot of mushrooms around this water. If I go over here, will the shadow attack? Sometimes, oh well, there are certain areas that if you go to, the shadow does do things. You heard one already, but I cannot remember where any of the rest are. A nice noisy room. Perfect for having things sneak up on me, I wonder. We get some lamp oil here. Do I actually need any? Kinda, I guess. I mean, I'll take it. I'm pretty sure, I'm actually not 100% certain, but I'm fairly confident that these barrels are designed to give you lamp oil based on how successful you've collected lamp oil. Now, I've collected 12 lamp oil canisters, so it barely gave me any as a result. Now, we have a challenge here. The challenge here is actually pretty simple if you think about it. This is a gearbox, right? So how does a gearbox work? Well, a gearbox has an input and an output. Now, I can't remember which one's the input or the output, but I think the clue is in the sound, as I recall here. So, if I make the input a smaller gear, it slows down. Also, we got a memento there, I believe, about this. The two levers control the noisy machine, and it hints specifically at it being noisy. So yeah, and if I increase the gear size, the machine gets louder. And if I was to decrease this, it should get even louder. Yep, that's pretty much it. Because it's a simple gearbox, the small input to a, the large input to a small output results in, you know, faster because of the gear ratios. So if we do a small gear on the input side to a large gear on the output side, barely makes any noise at all. I don't think there's any loot in this room actually, or possibly under here. But we may need under here in a moment for when does it happen? Yep, now. Can you see it? I can't see it. There it is. Closed door. Man, I shouldn't have peeked. I might actually die now. I don't really want to die now. It's still there. It's definitely still there. So this is the second encounter. We have 2 more encounters after this to get through in this section. The sewer surprisingly feels quite well lit. The only thing that's really hindering visibility down here is generally, you know, fog and misty kind of effect. Weirdly as well, actually, in some of these rooms, like this one in particular, it feels like you are actually underneath something because we've got a wooden ceiling section here. I think it's actually gone now. We have a wooden ceiling section, and the wooden ceiling section makes it feel, to me at least, like we're underneath something. Oh, that door opened way faster than I wanted it to, but I think the dude's gone, yeah. Like the grunts, the brutes vanish after a little while if you just leave them alone, at least in this area. I hope I'm right in this case, because if I'm not, I'm probably dead. Notice, however, he came from the left here. How could he have come from the left? Maybe it's because we're playing a game. Okay, let's not sneak. There's no need to sneak. Actually, is there anything in here? I don't think so. Ah, that would be the sound of one of the water monsters, which I forgot. I actually didn't know that one happened, I'll be honest. That one I didn't know about, so I was actually slightly startled by that one. Right. So, as we come back here, we shall now discover, or we should now discover, that the wheel is spinning a lot slower. It is spinning a lot slower. However, it's still not safe to go through. It's still spinning way, way too fast. To make it go, to make it stop entirely, to make it safe to go through, we must have to do something else, surely. Let's keep going down these dead ends and see what happens. Nothing. Oh, shadow. Yep, that's the shadow doing shadowy things. The shadow does shadowy things. Ah, and of course we have the one tinderbox in the area. If you want tinderbox in this area, of course you don't really need any. There are no candles or lights to light. They're all just, the area is just naturally well lit. Is that a rat there? No. I think it could be a rat, I suppose. I've never really looked at it before. Hello, bent pipe. I wonder if we're supposed to, like, time seems to be loose. I wonder if we can just kind of... Oh, it fell. We took it. We've got the bent pipe now. Yes, we should be... Oh yeah, I know where the next one is. Okay, I'm just thinking in my head, where's the next encounter? I'm pretty confident the next one's not here. Did I look down this dead end? I don't think I did. No, I did. We don't go down there anymore. Right, so now we've got the blades spinning much slower. Now, the funny thing is, of course, we've got the blades, or whatever it is, moving a lot slower. But the thing is, when it comes to gearboxes, generally that means the torque should be much higher. Let's say, even though it's going a lot slower, the sort of amount of pressure it's able to exert is much higher. The game doesn't seem to mind that. Get in there, you piece of broken pipe. Quickly go before it breaks. It doesn't break, it's fine. A new area. Vaguely similar, vaguely reminiscent of the previous area. But what is this? Our way is barred. The pipes have been cut by something. The bars have been cut by something. I guess we must have to go up here. I'm sure there's nothing bad up here at all. What could possibly be bad up here? I mean, there's probably nothing behind this door. There's lots of shadow. And let's close the door. And what's most curious, of course, is that this is actually the corpse
Daniel,
of a grunt.
Turn around this instant. You are carrying the shadow with you.
Am I carrying the shadow with me now? Perhaps that is what I intend. If nothing else, to bring the shadow closer to Alexander. Yeah, this is a grunt. Can't help but notice. Cut in half, dismembered variously. Did the shadow do that? Maybe? Well, whatever. Screw you, Alexander, I'm coming. Try and stop me. Just try and stop me. And as we go down here, something, probably a grunt. Oh, I want to see it if I can. Don't peek too much. It's there. It's actually coming this way. Shit. Close that door. It's a brute. A brute breaks through the bars there. So you just have to come in here and then... Oh crap, it's actually coming in here. It doesn't always come in here. But in this instance, it is. Now it shouldn't come over here as long as I don't provoke it. Which I intend not to do. Peeky peeky. It's wandered back out the room. It shouldn't come back. And since I didn't provoke it, it should disappear pretty much instantly. See, I'm pretty confident it's already gone. Fairly confident it's already gone. Am I mistaken? Well, if I'm mistaken, I'm dead at this point. It's gone. However, we do meet this one actually one more time in this section. Possibly one of them... Yeah, probably the most directly stressful section in the entire game. Even when you know what you're doing. And I barely know what I'm doing. Can we see it? No, that's just a warning that it is there. And here it is. Let's go around the other side. So, this section is all about being sneaky. Being very sneaky. Oh, actually, no, I forgot there's two laudanums down here. Okay. Well, I guess the game feels like you should have it. Although the funny thing is, as of course, if you... I wonder if it's still there. Funny thing, of course, being that... Hello. Look, he stood right there, watching that corridor. Funny thing is, of course, the laudanum isn't that helpful because you get one shot by these guys anyway. So what the game wants you to do is be ultra sneaky beaky. I apologize for using the term sneaky beaky. I have been playing too much CSGO recently. Did that trigger him? That may not have been close enough for the trigger. The game just wants you to draw the creature away. Oh, it actually was. He stays drawn away for ages, though. However, Yeah, he's actually walking around. However, we now encounter a problem. You think you're out of it, but... Door work! Ooh. Yep, the beastie comes directly after you. And we see as we go up... No, it has stopped. I've never been brave enough... to go back and see if it's still there. It probably isn't. But I have to... The door never got broken down. Interesting. I'm going to go with it's still not there, and I still kind of don't want to find out. Anyway, guys, this is going to be a shorter episode as we now enter... once we get to the top of this ladder, which is a nice, you know, relaxing ladder climb. We know that ladders are safe. These guys can't climb ladders, can they? We will now enter the nave, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Man, that's a really stressful section, even when you know what you're doing, because I don't know which ways the doors go. And we've now entered the nave. We have to leave it here, guys, for this particular episode, because the nave is... Let me think. How many episodes am I likely to spend doing the nave? 3 or 4, I think. It's quite a long section, so I guess I want to separate them out a bit. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you learned something about the sewer section. Something that perhaps you did not know. Alexander is speaking to us more frequently, you may have noticed. In fact, actually, can we... may as well just start by instantly picking up tinder boxes. Can we actually... Does it let us go back down? The ladder broke during the ascent. It is not possible to climb back down. Of course it isn't. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this. I hope you've learned something, and I'll see you guys next time. For now, guys, bye!